Portugal have won the Nations League after beating Spain on penalties. And of course, it was Alvaro Morata, the absolute scrub, to let his country down in that penalty shootout. Football has won. Lionel Messi has 24 hours to respond because the actual GOAT, CR7, at 40 years old, still bagging in finals and doesn't need penalties to get on the score sheet. And we are also smoking on the finest Lamine Yamal pack because this guy dropped an absolute stinker today. He turned into the Avatar. When his country needed him the most, he vanished. He disappeared. When Nuno Mendes gets back to his hotel room and when he empties out his pockets, Lamine Yamal might fall out. The guy must have thought that the final was against France in the semifinals because that's when he showed up. But today, biblical, historical, diabolical, seismic, gargantuan, stinker, and hooked. He was shit. And before we keep going, let me just enter some of these tears that the Barca fans are going to have into my cup. Refreshing. Man like CR7, 40 years old, still leading his team, national team, to trophies. What an amazing Nations League this has been. And since we're pushing Ballon d'Or propaganda over the Nations League, right? Because remember, Barcelona fans were saying that Lamine Yamal should be winning the Nations League and he should be winning the Ballon d'Or because of it. So, CR7, is he not the top goal scorer? What about Nuno Mendes? Maybe those two should be the favorites for the Ballon d'Or just based off of the criteria that the Barca fans were saying. Hold that. Cry more. But I need you guys to get in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this game because all trolling aside, this was a very good final. Very even match. And it went all the way down to the wire. I'd much rather watch a game like this with the trophy on the line than watch a PSG slap Inter Milan 5-0 in the UCL final. This was a very good game. So get in the comment section, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Now, we got to call out a few amazing performances. First off, Nuno Mendes, man of the match. This guy is the best left back in the world. He is phenomenal. What a season he has just had. Won the treble with PSG. And then wins the Nations League. Absolutely pocketed Lamine Yamal. He did nothing for a majority of this game but cardio. Nuno Mendes, defensively, very strong in 1v1s. Also scored a goal. This guy is the most complete fullback in the world. We have to give him his flowers. He was the best player on the pitch today. He was the difference maker. And he had the hardest job because Lamine Yamal is a phenomenal player. And we know how hard it is to contain him. We usually don't see it. But that was one of the best performances against Lamine Yamal that I've seen defensively. Also, just in terms of fullback performances, that's arguably the best one that I've seen in a very long time. I am super impressed with Nuno Mendes. To think that PSG almost sold him to Manchester United in January. And Manchester United fans were saying that they don't want a PSG reject. This guy has been on an amazing run of form. Phenomenal player. The midfield battle. PSG with Vitinha as well. What a performance today. Now, we got to give the Portugal manager some credit, right? I don't understand one thing that I will complain about, even though they won. Why the hell is João Neves starting at right back? Like, what is he trying to cook with that kind of selection? João Neves today was stinky. João Neves was getting beat by Nico Williams constantly. João Neves is coming off of one of the best seasons that you can have for a midfielder. Very good debut at PSG was very integral with them winning the UCL. He's been world-class this season. And then for the national team, you're putting him at right back. And it's not even like they're having him invert. It's not like on the ball, it becomes a 3-4-3, you slot him into midfield. Like, you just got him out there struggling. He got hooked off. I don't get what Roberto Martinez was cooking with that. But what I will say is the substitution of Rafael Leao. What a cameo that he had today. Oh my days. The minute that Leao got brought on, he was on smoke. I thought he was going to end up bagging the winner. He was causing Portugal problems. And the thing is, I don't even rate Rafael Leao like that. I think he's an overrated baller. But him off the bench against tired legs, especially when Spain brought on Pedro Porro, because Pedro Porro can't defend to save his life anyways. So Leao was feasting when he got brought on. That was a big impact for Portugal. Ronaldo bagging the second goal. 40 years old, you know. And I'm somebody that believes Ronaldo should not be starting for Portugal. I don't think he should be taking free kicks for Portugal. I think they need to find a way to make him more of an impact sub. But today, he didn't really do too much because he's washed, right? If you're not going to create a chance for Ronaldo, if you're not going to put it on a plate for him, he's not going to be impactful. The guy doesn't really press like that. He doesn't really have the pace, doesn't really have the tech anymore. But in front of goal, he is still lethal. Look at how he bullied Cucurella to get the second goal. Man, I wonder, do you guys think this may be the last tournament that Ronaldo plays for his country? Do you guys expect him to be in that World Cup squad? Because at 41 years old, is it really beneficial for Portugal to bring him? I mean, I hope that he's in the World Cup squad. But he was crying after he won this trophy. Maybe that does tell us something. Who knows? But look, got his job done. Scored a goal. Went on to win this game. I think Costa in the penalty shootout. This guy is a baller. I've been saying it for a while. I think any team that needs a goalkeeper, you got to go to Porto and try and get this guy. If you're a Manchester United, if you're a Chelsea, this is the goalkeeper that you should be looking at. He is a baller. Very big game from him today. I also want to look at Spain's goalkeeper, Unai Simon. I think that he had a good performance. And just really quickly, actually, back to Portugal, right? I don't want to jump around too much. We have to give Roberto Martinez a lot of credit. Entering this game, I predicted Spain to win, right? Spain, they've been looking like the best team in the world since the Euros, and they look like a better drilled team. Like, Spain played like a club team, right? Like, you would think that those players are together week in, week out. They have a very fluid system, and they do play the best football. Entering this game, I expected Spain to win. I predicted them to get the job done. But I always hoped that Portugal were going to be able to get over the line. Because I thought Roberto Martinez was going to be out-coached. But Portugal, from minute one, were in this game, like, very evenly matched. The tactics, I think, except for João Neves at right back, and I'd say Bernardo Silva should not be, he's washed. He should not be starting anymore either. But, yeah, João Neves at right back, weird. Bernardo Silva in midfield, weird. But the tactics in general worked really well. Portugal off the ball, the pressing that they did to win the ball back. Spain could never really get too comfortable on the ball. So he has to get credit because he's a manager that gets criticized a lot. Now, looking at Spain, hold that. I mean, look, Lamine Yamal, what happened? Where were you today? This was your chance to win the Ballon d'Or. They were all trying to give you this propaganda to get that trophy. We all know that Dembele is the deserved winner for the Ballon d'Or. But yet, people tried to make the Nations League seem like it was the World Cup. People were talking about this tournament in ways that I've never seen it get discussed before. And in the final, Lamine Yamal dropped arguably one of his worst performances of this season. Now, I will give him credit. He put the ball into the box for the opening goal. It wasn't an assist. It was a chippy goal, right? Like, he put it into the box, it bounced around, and then Zubimendi was able to finish it. But aside from him putting the ball into the box that helped lead to the first goal, he did nothing. This guy was entered into the Nuno Mendes state penitentiary, okay? This guy was locked up. Nico Williams on the other side. This guy's a scrub. What does he do? Nico Williams is an overrated player. He's not that good. Bro has a little bit of tech, little bit of pace. He offers you nothing. The midfield today for Spain, I think that they were doing well in that midfield battle. I think Zubimendi looked pretty good today, right? The back line for Spain, Dean Huijsen was solid. And when I'm also looking at like their fullbacks, they brought on Pedro Porro, which I thought was the right sub, but defensively was getting cooked. And when I'm looking at Portugal's back line, by the way, before they brought on Renato Vieira, I got to give him credit. Renato Vieira brought stability to Portugal's back line because Inacio was shit. Him and who started next to him? I'm drawing a blank. But Inacio, especially, the guy that plays for Sporting, the young Portuguese defender, he was next to Ruben Diaz. Those two, they were selling because both the goals that Spain scored were very sloppy goals to concede. Like, the only goal that was actually hit cleanly was Nuno Mendes. The rest were just scrappy. Like, Mendes' strike was very good. That was some great individual brilliance. But everything else, like the other goals, I'm thinking, yeah, the defending should be at a much higher level. Let's look at SofaScore, right? That's the app that I like to look at the most. I do want to show you guys just some of the ratings because I know people in here, they do care about that, right? Now, I don't care about it as much. But for you guys, here it is. Now, yeah, man of the match, Nuno Mendes. Amazing performance today. I don't really think that anybody can disagree with that. But nah, look, very good back and forth game. I don't get how Lamine Yamal is in the green. I think Nico Williams actually had more of an impact than Lamine Yamal did. To me, he was super mid out there. And Fabian Ruiz, Zubimendi, I think Pedri also had a good game. Pedri played well. He did. But look, get in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are saying for this match. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications.